we are doing something new today, something that has not been attempted before. Getting on the internet and ranting about how the internet has ruined our lives. Yeah, okay, roll your eyes or whatever, but I really need to rant about how social media has sucked life out of the places we visit every day or the chores we indulge in. All the cafes look the same. Furniture in American stores is indistinguishable from the furniture sold in Chile. I mean, even Instagram models across countries are all morphing into one. So who better than Uthara Vijay from the Hindu social media team to join me to talk about this weird culture we're stuck in. So recently, Kylie Jenner commented on someone's TikTok mentioning her breast implant specifications.
Yeah.
The exact things that
The exact thing. It's like when you go to a hair salon and you're like, this is what I asked for.
Yeah.
Literally the same vibe.
Yeah. And then she also mentioned her doctor.
I didn't see
in
that.
the comments, and people have been going gaga over it, being like, Kylie is such a girl's girl,
which is
very ironic.
I want to say hypocritical, but like I don't want to be like that person that bashes, because I'm a girl's girl.
But also critical thinking skills.
Yeah. So because the Kardashians have built, all of them, not just Kylie, all of them have built their empire on being this like unattainable
beauty standard.
Yeah.
And they've denied their surgeries for so long, being like, oh no, we work out for this.
Yeah.
We put in effort.
We spend 3 hours in the gym.
Yeah.
Which is also like unrealistic, because you don't have a real job, so you are able to afford and they're able to afford personal trainers. They're able to afford that lifestyle. Yeah. So it's like even that lifestyle that they're selling is unrealistic.
Yeah.
But now she's being super transparent and
because
super
that's
clear.
The in thing right now.
That's
being transparent about. And also I think plastic surgery over the years has gotten accessible to people.
More normalized.
Yeah.
Like people pop out during their lunch breaks to get like little touch-ups, little fillers. And it's like, and I've seen TikToks being like, this is what I've got before 30 and this is what I get. And I'm like, but why are we doing this?
Yeah. Also, I've heard of like Botox parties where people like meet,
they all to get together to get.
Yeah, and I feel like because of all of these procedures, all of us have started looking the same.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Especially on the internet.
Yeah, which is actually called the Instagram face.
Okay.
Where you basically have high cheekbones, plump lips, a defined jaw. Like you can like list out what
defined eyebrows.
Yeah.
And there's no texture on their face. Like no acne, no pores.
Yeah.
So everybody is looking the same. And I can't understand why. I understand to an extent, because if you see the person that you think you want to be, and then you can access that and sort of become like them, I understand that need. But I don't understand why it's this like huge trend and it's so normalized.
I think it's because we're consuming the same content. Like everybody is consuming the same content that's on Instagram. Yeah. And then eventually, you see something, you like something, the algorithm like figures that out and keeps pushing the same content. So this sort of, I think, becomes a standard
and you're
globally.
Also, it's not just one creator you're seeing. You're seeing at least 5 to 6 creators who look the same and are also pushing the same lifestyle, pushing the same products. And
like it's so hard to distinguish like a creator from in America to a creator saying Chile or India. Like everybody just looks the same.
Yeah, they're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah. So I also feel like brands recognize this and it pays influencers to like conform to the beauty standards.
Yeah.
Like if you are falling in line, brands know that you are a safe bet and they will invest.
And it'll bring in viewers and it'll bring in like people will watch your TikToks or Instagram reels.
Yeah. And like this is sucking out the personality out of people. Like it's just uniformity everywhere. And I think we're also giving into trends that we don't fully understand just because you've seen that online.
Yeah.
And that is the case with Labubus, the dolls.
There's like these toothy little monster dolls and everybody is clipping them onto their bags. And it's like this cute little accessory that you can carry around with you. But it's not just one. It's like they have 3 Labubus for one bag. Like where does the bag begin and where do the Labubus end? I don't know. And like people are queuing up to buy these like because apparently you can buy a Labubu, but you won't know exactly what doll you're getting. So there's some sort of excitement there. And I've seen influencers who come on my feed. I saw one, she bought like 10 Labubus to do a giveaway for her followers. So she was doing a Labubu giveaway because everybody is just so hyped about them. And I don't know why, like what's the appeal to them?
Yeah. It's very hard to discern these like trends and why they even pick up online. And I don't think it's like restricted to influencers and individuals, right? Like corporates across the board, all of their messaging looks the same.
Yeah.
And they use like the same like animation, they use the same fonts. And this animation, I'm like pretty sure like all of you have seen this. It's called Corporate Memphis. And like if you log into your Canva account, you will see like these human figures, 2D human figures with like exaggerated proportions. And that is all you see on Canva. Like Canva is just full of that. And everybody uses these for their Instagram infographics to just get their post across. And I was like looking into this, being like, why is everybody sticking to the same thing? And I realized that there's a sociological phenomena called mimetic isomorphism.
Okay.
So Facebook began this trend in 2017 where they started using Corporate Memphis, and all other corporates just are like, okay, I'm going to do the same because Facebook is successful.
Yeah.
So if Facebook is successful and they are using that, me using this will increase my chances of success.
And replicating also costs less money because you're not investing into new ideas, and you're not investing into like, because if you invest in a new idea and that fails, then that's a loss of money for these companies, which to some extent I understand. But like if we don't have creation and we don't have new sort of ideas, then what's going to happen?
Yeah, whatever happened to capitalism breeds innovation.
Yeah.
We are now also seeing a lot of cafes in like these Indian metropolitan cities that again look the same. They have the same pricing, they have the same dishes, and all their pastas also taste the same.
All of their coffees also taste the same, and it's all this. There's no like, you can't, every new cafe that I have gone to just feels like this, like the previous cafe. Like nothing is drawing me in to like go back to a particular cafe.
Yeah, they don't have like a unique selling point anymore.
Like if I'm going back, it's more for convenience or comfort, but I'm not going for being like, oh, they have this one coffee that I just like, I love. No, it's like every coffee is like
tastes the same.
Yeah.
And we go to these cafes and click the same pictures in the same poses.
Everybody
with like
has the same background.
Yeah. And like sometimes we go to cafes to click the same photos.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, oh, this is so aesthetic. And we go there wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
I feel like fashion also has, just become very uniform across the board. I'm wearing baggy jeans, so like, I don't want to talk about it, but
I mean, I'm going so off trend and I'm wearing skinny jeans.
But everybody is just wearing crop tops with baggy jeans, and every event has like a set uniform or like a dress code, it looks like. Like if you're going on a trek, you'll have like cargo pants or leggings with like a tube
or like
top.
the full legging set, and they're all carrying their Stanleys. And if you're going to the gym, you're wearing like a certain outfit with like a hairband. Have I googled hairbands because of that? Of course I have.
With your Stanley cups.
Yeah.
Brands are like turning into like defining people's identity almost.
And it's leaking into our lifestyle. So what we want out of like the clothes we wear, the food we eat is coming from the internet because of how much we're on it. I feel like we're losing our sense of self and sense of being. We just want to be what the next person is, and we just want to have what they have.
I feel like this is Anthony Bourdain's like worst nightmare come true.
Oh my god.
Where, I mean, your food does not have a story anymore, or it just
like
doesn't.
Innovation.
Like, I feel like India has like so many variety of like cultures and dishes, but every time I go out, I end up eating the pasta only.
It's so like uniform and monotonous. I mean, it's the same thing with your personal choices as well. Like the food you eat, if you go in a group and everybody is also like that happens, that's fine. But then your personal choices are also influenced by the internet, like your hairstyles, your clothing choices. Did I get curtain bangs because everybody on TikTok has curtain bangs? Yeah, and they look cute. I'm not even going to deny. I'm very happy I did that and I was influenced. But yeah, everybody gets curtain bangs now.
It could be the jewelry you're wearing. It could be your Birkenstocks.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they are comfortable.
I mean, we are victims of this age,
of course
so,
we are, because we fully are so like consumed by the internet, and we like we don't know how to detox. You and I send each other reels at 9 a.m. on certain days and we talk about them.
Yeah. And it feels like all of us are also listening to the same things.
Yeah.
Like artists are singing about the same things. So for instance, if you look at the pop music, I mean, it has been like this, but every other song is about somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend, about them getting together or them breaking up. And it's just exhausting after a point. Like, I know Taylor Swift fans are gonna come at me or something, but it is exhausting. Like, there's no like variety to it.
As a Taylor Swift fan, I just want to say that not every song she writes is about heartbreak and all that, but I will agree.
Not. The majority
and it's not just Taylor as well. Like, Sabrina Carpenter just put out a song called Man Child, and it's great.
Okay. I'm not a big... I'm big on Sabrina Carpenter, but sure, yeah.
It's also not just like what they're singing about, it's more so like in commercial terms, like it's about like the streaming as a whole.
Yeah.
Because streaming, like now it's just focused on getting the listens to a song.
Yeah.
So what classifies as a listen on a streaming service is if you listen to the first 30 seconds of a song, that counts as a listen, not if you listen to the full song.
Okay.
Tracks are getting shorter and tracks are getting more repetitive, because commercially it makes more sense if you produce an album that has 20 songs that are 2 minutes rather than produce an album that has 10 songs which are more than 2 minutes. I don't know what that says about Taylor Swift releasing Red, which has 30 songs and all of them are more than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's like more than, and so the structure of the song also changes. So there's more repetition, the bridges are shorter, and the intro is short because they don't want a long intro, because they want to hook you in and make you listen to at least the first 30 seconds. So they bring the chorus in earlier. So it's like music is also losing its sort of like creative touch. Like, when was the last recent song that was released recently that like really like stuck with you?
I don't think I can remember any album that was, I've been listening to like all songs, but I don't think anything recent has like really stuck with me. You're saying something while we were discussing about the song Gucci Gang and how...
because like the song Gucci Gang is one like really repetitive, and the title track is repeated at least 50 times throughout the song. So that's at least once every 1.5 seconds of the song. And so that makes up most of the song, which is like, okay, like it's a catchy song, but that's it, right? Because of how much repetition there is.
There's no substance to the song anymore. Like music needs to like move your soul or something. We're just moving words around. Okay, talking of Taylor Swift. Firstly, I think liking Taylor Swift has also become a trend.
Yes,
okay?
I agree. I think she's reached, I don't know how much of this is because of, again, what we see on the internet or to her own credit as well, but I really do feel like she's blown up to such a like insanely huge level right now.
Yeah. And I feel like eras towards success, the internet has something to contribute to it. Like it was just everywhere on my feed while the tour was on.
It was like the thing to do, right?
Yeah, it was
like everybody was going for the concert. Like so it made
So did you.
Okay, and
you liked it?
Of course I liked it. It was like okay, I'm going to defend myself here because I'm an OG Swiftie and I'm going to say that I've never...
And everybody says they're an OG Swiftie and that they're just...
Yeah, but I'm not comparing myself to the 15-year-olds on the internet who haven't listened to the songs. I just meant like I've not gone to any of her previous tours. So this was just a culmination for me. Like I'm probably never going to see her again in my life, so it's fine. And I do think the tour was great, but I also think she is stuck to, like I would have wanted her lesser known songs and her musically more interesting songs, but she did stick to the more popular ones. And I like you, and she was, which was her aim, right? She was trying to make this tour appealing to not just Taylor Swift fans, to like anybody,
a broader audience.
like, so you can come and you don't know a song, but you'll end up enjoying it anyway because of how popular those songs are. Like, I'm sure somebody somewhere has heard Style or Shake It Off.
Shake It Off, yeah.
But I do think she's become like
a phenomenon. And like she's gotten her masters back.
Which is just going to like even up her popularity more and more. Like, I mean, also like the masters, the Swifties are acting like they won the war. It's like, it was a very foreseeable move.
I think it's a business decision. I don't think she's like won a war. But yeah, people feel very passionately about her owning the masters. What have you been listening to, reading, watching lately?
Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter. I'm kidding.
Is it really that good?
No.
Okay.
I will say like it does.
I've seen like clips from the music video and they look good.
I haven't watched the music video yet. I've just been listening to
Fair enough.
the song. It's catchy and it is fun. Like I have fun listening to that.
Yeah.
But like I think it falls very close to the album that she just released, and I think it sounds way too similar to the songs on that album.
Okay.
So
it doesn't give what a single is supposed to.
Yeah, so that's also gone, right? Like that feeling of having a single is supposed to signify also like a newer album that's coming up, but that's also not like, I'm just feeling like this could have been added on to a previous album and I wouldn't have known the difference.
Yeah. Again, but everything looks the same.
Everything sounds the same.
Yeah. And also I feel like with this now, if there were like different things happening and like people look different, spoke differently, because our language is also now borrowed from the internet. Like we use a lot of internet slang in our everyday conversations that I feel somehow like buries the diversity that language is known for.
And I feel like we do it subconsciously without even realizing.
Yeah.
Like I saw this reel of this girl who's trying to stop saying like because of how much we say it in every single sentence. And we do it all the time without realizing.
I'm trying not to say like.
I know, I was trying not to say it right now while I was trying to finish my sentence.
Yeah. And the problem with this is because you don't encounter enough differences or diversity in your life, we don't end up having like new conversations about our culture or about who we are. So again, there's this, we just stick to uniformity, and I feel like we're losing out on cultural capital as people and as a generation.
And it's also like, again, to come back to the internet, it's also because our feed is so violently curated that we're not able to break apart and find different content. So it's like we're scrolling and we're seeing the same things that we are used to seeing, and because it gives us some sort of pleasure to continue seeing the content that we like, we are also not breaking off from that. It's like a very messed up relationship with the internet.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes, sorry, what are you reading other than and listening to other than Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child?
This is not new and this is not niche, like he's not some runoff artist that I've found.
Yeah.
But I have been listening a lot to Noah Khan and I do really like him. He's different from what I usually listen to. So like, I really like him. And in terms of like reading, this is from Twitter, because of what I've seen on Twitter for the past month is Sunrise on the Reaping, because everyone's excited for the movie, but like everyone's also talking about the book because the book is truly great. Like it's the fifth book in the Hunger Games franchise, and this one focuses on Haymitch and his games, and it's like she is so not. She's always going to comment on what's happening in real life in the books. So every Hunger Games book has some relevancy to our current climate. And I just think it's like it's a really good book. Like if you have not read the franchise, definitely read all 5 books. Like it's truly great. And I think the hype for this has come up because the
movie?
Yeah. So the movie deal and the book were very hand in hand. I think right before the book released itself, we knew that there was going to be a movie. So everybody's hyped for the movie, especially now that like TikTok is so hyped that they've cast the movie themselves.
Yeah.
Like Elle Fanning is playing Effie, and Kieran Culkin is playing Caesar.
Yeah, there were jokes about how this is like the first movie cast by the internet.
And I truly like I'm with the jokes. I agree. I think like they casted some nobody as not nobody, like a new actor for Haymitch.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the people are all people that will like the same people because they want to bang on bringing you to the screens.
Correct. Yeah. So I have been watching this show called Adults. You also started watching it.
Because
I recommended it. And then it's just great. I feel like every generation has had like a defining show about them growing up and them having to adult. And I feel like Gen Z is the worst off when it comes to adulting because we've been in recession. I mean, not technically, but we've been struggling quite a bit. So I feel like Adults really is that cathartic show where you look at people who are equally miserable, who are getting fired from their jobs, who are just all over the place, who don't know what their 5-year plan is. And I fully relate to that.
Yeah.
So it was very comforting watching them.
It's so relatable. It's so comforting.
And I think it has got the Gen Z humor right.
Yes.
Like a lot of shows have tried to do that, but I don't think they've been like.
I also think it's like how they dress and how they behave and how they interact with each other as a group also is so like they've really got the language and how we behave down.
Yeah. So I've been watching that. I really liked Sinners and I was looking for content that is very similar to that, and I stumbled across this book called The Trees. It's by Percival Everett. He won the Pulitzer Prize this year for another book, but The Trees is a mystery, but he does the mystery element so well, but at the same time he slips in daily humor into their everyday conversations. Like I loved reading the dialogue. I felt like it was really well written. So that would be my recommendation. And both of us were talking about how Kylie Jenner is hopping on this trend of being transparent with their followers, like that's the in
She's
thing.
A girl's girl now.
Yeah, and that reminded me of this book I read some time back. It's called The Transparency Society by Byung-Chul Han. I don't want Byung-Chul Han fans to get at me, but it feels like if you read like one book of his, you've almost read all books of his. This book really deals with how there's an expectation from everybody that you need to be open about your personal life on the internet for some reason. Like people demand that sort of accountability and be like, and because you keep putting out so much, eventually it feels like you get trapped in a prison of your own making.
Yeah.
So that is something that he touches upon. I feel like I did a very bad job at describing the book, but it's like so much more interesting. So I feel like that is something that you need to check out. So yeah, these are things that probably don't look like everything else on your feed. So go watch, listen, read, whatever. So that sums up The Age of Average, another pop culture podcast going on about internet culture with Gen Z hosts who just want to be on a vacation in Italy eating gelato. But for now, we're heading to our canteen, and I'll see you all in 15 days. And in the meantime, shower us with praise, likes, comments, subscriptions, and more praise. Thank you.